you all, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are good, hope you guys are fine. Today we're going to be checking out this video from News Feed. It's titled Watch Biden Humiliate Himself in Debate with Trump Over Old Age Question. I can't wait to check this out. Let's check this out together.
President Biden, you would be 86 at the end of your second term. How do you address concerns about your capability to handle the toughest job in the world well into your 80s?
Well, first of all, I spent half my career being criticized being the youngest person in politics. I was the second youngest person ever elected to the United States Senate, and now I'm the oldest. This guy's 3 years younger and a lot less competent. I think that just look at the record. Look at what I've done. Look how I've turned around the horrible situation he left me. As I said, 15 million new jobs, 800,000 manufacturing jobs, more investment in America, over billions of dollars in private investment in enterprises that we are growing. By the way, we brought an awful lot of people. The whole idea of computer chips, we used to have 40% of the market. We invented those chips, and we lost it because he was sending people to find the cheapest jobs overseas and to bring home a product. So I went to South Korea. I convinced Samsung to invest billions of dollars here in the United States. And guess what? Those fabs, they call to build these chips, those fabs pay over $100,000. You don't need a college degree for them. And there's billions, about $40 billion already being invested and being built right now in the United States, creating significant jobs for Americans from all over the world.
President Biden, you have 40 seconds left. Would you like to add anything?
Yeah, I would. The idea that somehow we are this failing country. I never heard a president talk like this before. We're the envy of the world. Name me a single major country president who wouldn't trade places with the United States of America for all our problems and all our opportunities. We're the most progressive country in the world in getting things done. We're the strongest country in the world. We're a country in the world who keeps our word, and everybody trusts us. All of our allies and those who he coddles up to, from Kim Jong-un, who he sends love letters to, and Putin, etc. They don't want to screw around with us.
Thank you. Former President Trump, to follow up, you would be 82 at the end of your second term. What do you say to voters who have concerns about your capabilities to serve?
Well, I took 2 tests, cognitive tests. I aced them, both of them, as you know. We made it public. He took none. I'd like to see him take one, just one, a real easy one. Like go through the first 5 questions. He couldn't do it. But I took 2 cognitive tests. I took physical exams every year. And, you know, we knock on wood wherever we may have wood, that I'm in very good health. I just won 2 club championships, not even senior, 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way. And I do it. He doesn't do it. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. I think I'm in very good shape. I feel that I'm as in good a shape as I was 25, 30 years ago. Actually, I'm probably a little bit lighter, but I'm in as good a shape as I was years ago. I feel very good. I feel the same. But I was willing to take a cognitive test. And you know what? If I didn't do well, I aced him. Dr. Ronnie Jackson, who's a great guy when he was White House doctor. And then I took another one, a similar one. And one of them said they've never seen anybody ace him.
Thank you. President Biden?
You can see he is 6'5" and only 223 pounds, or 235 pounds. Well, you said 6'4", 200. Well, anyway, that's what anyway, just take a look at what he says he is, and take a look at what he is. Look, I'd be happy to have a driving contest with him. I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6. But by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf if you carry your own bag. Think you can do it?
That's the biggest lie. He's a 6 handicap of all.
I was an 8 handicap.
Yeah.
8. But I have, you know how many?
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
Okay, let's
not act like children.
President Trump, we're going to turn.
Let's not act like children.
To a specific concern that voters have about you. Will you pledge tonight that once all legal challenges have been exhausted, that you will accept the results of this election, regardless of who wins, and you will say right now that political violence in any form is unacceptable?
Well, I shouldn't have to say that, but of course I believe that. It's totally unacceptable. And if you would see my statements that I made on Twitter at the time, and also my statement that I made in the Rose Garden, you would say it's one of the strongest statements you've ever seen. In addition to the speech I made in front of, I believe, the largest crowd I've ever spoken to, and I will tell you, nobody ever talks about that. They talk about a relatively small number of people that went to the Capitol, and in many cases were ushered in by the police. And as Nancy Pelosi said, it was her responsibility, not mine. She said that loud and clear. But the answer is, if the election is fair, free, and I want that more than anybody. And I'll tell you something. I wish he was a great president, because I wouldn't be here.
I love that response from Trump, to be honest. You've all been equal, you don't win the election, how are you going to take it? I love the fact that I said if it's free and if it is fair, she's going to take it and is going to accept it. I love that she asked that question. That was a very valid question, because, you know that Trump has put in a lot into this election, as well as Biden. Concerning the age difference, they are almost same age. Biden is going to be 86, Trump is going to be 82 at the end of their tenure as president. That is old age, man. I thought it was only in Nigeria that we're dealing with elderly people as as president. I didn't know that these guys are this old. Wow. I love how Trump answered his questions. Answered that question, to be honest, even though they were being childish towards the end. But I love that he answered very correctly. He mentioned that he took a cognitive test. He mentioned he took one other test. He took a drug test. Did he mention drug test? He mentioned a few tests that he took, and he said he aced them. He didn't just do good, he aced them. That means he's good mentally, he's sound, he's physically fit. He said he plays golf, he has challenged. Compared to the same question that was asked, that Biden asked, he didn't answer the questions correctly. He didn't answer it directly. He only mentioned that his feet is okay, and that during his tenure as president, he did this and he did that. He was able to achieve this, he was able to achieve that, that he's still fit and he's still okay and he's able to do. You guys compare now. Compare those two answers. Now, the question is not about how we feel. We have to actually be attentive and actually listen to how they respond to these important questions that be posed to them, right? Which I think are very valid ways to actually ascertain, okay, this person is going to be our president, okay, this person did good in this, okay, this is what he said in that. What do you guys think? Do you get what I mean? Let's complete the video.
I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be at one of my many places enjoying myself. I wouldn't be under indictment because I wouldn't have been his political opponent, because he indicted me because I was his opponent. I wish he was a great president. I would rather have that. I wouldn't be here. I don't mind being here, but the only reason I'm here is he's so bad as a president that I'm going to make America great again. We're going to make America great again. We're a failing nation right now. We're a seriously failing nation. And we're a failing nation because of him. His policies are so bad. His military policies are insane. They're insane. These are wars that will never end with him. He will drive us into World War III, and we're closer to World War III than anybody can imagine. We are very, very close to World War III, and he's driving us there. And Kim Jong-un and President Xi of China, Kim Jong-un of North Korea, all of these, Putin, they don't respect him. They don't fear him. They have nothing going with this gentleman, and he's going to drive us into World War III.
You want a World War III, let him follow and win, and let Putin say, do what you want, NATO. Just do what you want. There's a thing called Article 5. An attack on one is an attack on all, and required response. The idea, I can't think of a single major leader in the world who wouldn't trade places with the job I've done and what they've done. Because we are a powerful nation. We have wonderful people. It's because of the people, not me. It's because of the American people. They're capable of anything, and they step up when they're needed. And right now, we're needed. We're needed to protect the world because our own safety is at stake. And again, you want to have a war, just let Putin go ahead and take Kyiv, make sure they move on, see what happens in Poland, Hungary, and other places along that border. Then you have a war.
President Trump, as I come back to you for a follow-up, the question was, will you accept the results of this election, regardless of who wins?
He said yes.
Just to finish what he said, if I might, Russia They took a lot of land from Bush. They took a lot of land from Obama and Biden. They took no land, nothing from Trump, nothing. He knew not to do it. He's not going to play games with me. He knew that. I got along with him very well, but he knew not to play games. He took nothing from me. But now he's going to take the whole thing from this man right here. That's a war that should have never started. It would have never started ever with me. And he's going to take Ukraine. And, you know, you asked me a question before, would you do this? He's got us in such a bad position right now with Ukraine and Russia, because Ukraine's not winning that war. He said, I will never settle until such time. They're running out of people. They're running out of soldiers. They've lost so many people. It's so sad. They've lost so many people, and they've lost those gorgeous cities with the golden domes that are 1,000 years old, all because of him and stupid decisions. Russia would have never attacked.
President Trump, the question was, will you accept the results of the election, regardless of who wins? Yes or no, please.
If it's a fair and legal and good election, absolutely. I would have much rather accepted these, but the fraud and everything else was ridiculous. And if you want, we'll have a news conference on it in a week, or we'll have another one of these in a week. But I will absolutely, there's nothing I'd rather do. It would be much easier for me to do that than I'm running again. I wasn't really going to run until I saw the horrible job he did. He's destroying our country. I would be very happy to be someplace else, in a nice location someplace. And again, no indictments, no political opponent stuff, because it's the only way he thinks he can win. But unfortunately, it's driven up my numbers and driven them up to a very high level because the people understand it.
Let's see what your numbers are when this election is over. Let's see. You're a whiner. When you lost the first time, you continued, you appealed and appealed to courts all across the country. Not one single court in America said any of your claims had any merit, state or local, none. But you continue to provoke this lie about somehow there's all this misrepresentation, all this stealing. There is no evidence of that at all. And I tell you what, I doubt whether you'll accept it because you're such a whiner. The idea if you lose again, you accepting anything, you can't stand the loss. Something snapped in you when you lost last time.
Biden! He said he's a whiner. That he's a whiner. That he's not going to accept it. He's going to go from cut to cut. You know, in 2020, when Trump did not win as well, he was moving from cut to cut to cut. But you know, they asked Trump now that, are you going to accept it? And he's saying yes, if it is free and fair, without fraud, and without anybody tampering with it, that he's going to accept it. In fact, the only reason why he's here is because he's saying that he saw that Biden is doing a bad job. That is why he's saying it. And then Biden is saying, these guys, there's something else. Anyway, I hope that, I mean, to be honest, I wish that, you know, I mean, who do you think won this debate? To be honest, who do you think won this debate? Trump was able to answer some questions correctly, and he was just countering. Trump was able to answer some questions correctly. You know, he was just countering Biden, and Biden was not, you know, he didn't have the energy like we can see. Let's know what you think about how, you know, I mean, these two guys are going to be old by the time they are done, right? Biden's going to be 86. Trump is going to be 82. They are older men, right? But I think what's most important is, I mean, Trump mentioned that Biden is driving them into World War III. He mentioned a lot of things. What do you guys think about? Because these are very salient issues. If you're going to be handing your life into the hands of one man, the next 4 years of your life into the hands of one man, do you think he's going to make life better? Do you think he's going to make life worse? Do you think that, you know, a lot of things were mentioned that we should not overlook, right? And it is based off of how these men answered these questions. We can see that Biden is not physically strong, mentally okay, you know, to tackle or take down Trump. Trump was able to give excellent answers at at some point, to be honest. So what do you guys think about this whole debate? Who do you think will win? Who do you think? I mean, some people are saying there's going to be a double ganger or another human that's going to impersonate Biden at the next debate or something like that. Some people are saying that you know, they might pull him out. Do you think they're going to pull him out of the... In fact, if the Democrats still want to be in this game, or if they're going to be happy to lose, are they going to pull him out or let him be, I know, maybe prepare him better for the next debate or something? Let's know your thoughts and comment in the comment section below. Do well to drop your additions, opinions, subtractions. Let's try to be respectful in our comment section. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Drop a comment on what you think. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn on your post notification bell, and I'll see you in my next episode. Bye bye.